What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions. In today's reaction video, I'm going to be doing something that I very rarely do on this channel. In fact, I think I've only done it maybe once before, maybe twice. But that's film back-to-back reactions from the same band. Now, in my last video, I checked out Whitechapel's latest single, Orphan. And if you haven't seen that reaction, maybe if you have the time, check that one out first, just because you can kind of get my backstory with discovering this band. But if you don't have the time or you don't want to, I'll just give you the quick rundown. I was kind of late on discovering this band. I think the first time I ever heard them was about 2015 or so. But I've listened to enough of them that I assumed I knew the sound we were going to get with a brand new single. So when I checked out Orphan, I was completely taken by surprise. I was blown away. I was not expecting a song with clean vocals and more of a rock background musically. I'm used to punishing, brutal riffs and harsh vocals from this band. But after I watched that, I remembered I missed an album cycle from this band. Their last album that came out, The Valley, has been out for a couple years and I just never heard it. I don't know why, it just never happened. But I started wondering if this is the kind of sound they've started gravitating towards, but I just hadn't listened to anything newer and didn't know. So over the last couple days, I've done such a deep dive with this band. I've been watching interviews and backstories and all this stuff because I finally listened to The Valley no less than 7 or 8 times. It's fucking incredible. It might be one of my favorite albums I've heard in probably the last 4 or 5 years. Not only is the music great, but the lyrics and the background on the story on how Phil wrote everything, unbelievable, man. The power and emotion and stuff behind that is absolutely incredible. And this is going to be a long intro. I'm not going to break down all of that for you guys, but it's worth checking out the background on it, man, because it's incredible. So because they have a new album coming up, I wanted to check out one of the singles from that album right away, just to see if we're going to get another clean vocal song or more of that brutal sound that I was used to. I'm very intrigued to see what this album is going to sound like. Now, speaking of that album, it's going to release on October 29th, 2021 from Metal Blade Records, and it's called Kin. Now, pre-orders are still available, and some of the packages are sold out, but I expect they might replenish those. But I'll throw links below where you can go check out the pre-orders or pre-save the album to support the band. But I don't want to waste any more time. This is already a super long intro. I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to get here. Based on the thumbnail, I'm expecting more of a sound like their older stuff that I'm used to, but I thought that about Orphan, so we'll see. But I will link this original video in the description below. And today, I'm once again listening to Whitechapel and checking out the music video for their single, A Bloodsoaked Symphony. Let's go! One thing I just decided to do, spur of the moment before I start this video, considering the personal context of Phil's lyrics from The Valley after hearing that, I pulled up the lyrics for this one. I want to go along with the lyrics for this because I feel like they are probably going to be, again, very personal, very important to relate the lyrics to the video. So if you see me gazing off, that's what I'm looking at. But let's see what we got here. Great bass tone. All right, I think we're getting the older sound that I'm used to. Oh, let's go. My conscience froze when I felt the golden praise of the hand that crafted me. I set my soul ablaze. I What I just realized actually is I think I'm so used to Phil's voice that even though I keep peeking over, I don't know if I need him. You know, Phil has one of the more unique voices in the deathcore genre, in that scene. And while everybody's super impressed by like the brutally low and the really crazy vocals, you know, your Alex Terribles, Dickie Allens, Will Ramos, stuff like that. To me, Phil has one of those voices that's so iconic in this scene, and it's very articulate. You can hear every word he's saying very, very well, and I really appreciate that in a voice in this kind of music. This video is wild, man. Considering these guys are from Tennessee, like myself, I'm wondering if they just shot these in caves somewhere around, you know, eastern Tennessee. But I'm very intrigued to see where this video goes based on the lyrics I've heard so far. And I don't know if we're going to get any gear in this video at all. This might just be a story, but that's fine. Let's go. Wow. 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 For anybody that's not familiar with this band, that's probably wondering why I'm saying wow so many fucking times right now. I'm not going to tell Phil's story. That's his to tell and not mine. But one of the things that you probably should know about these lyrics is that he lost both his mom and dad at a relatively younger age. Wow, man. That's some powerful shit right there. I have no idea where this is going to go.
Come back to me. I can feel the devil's presence. He never left this house. Now I can live my dark fantasy. Drunk straight to me. Drain every last drop from his arteries. Through a force of blood wakes the eye. He looks to turn this iron into gold. I place my hand upon the ancient tide. I surrendered my life. I bring the gift of resurrection. The power returns from which it came. Now grant me what I have gifted. Mother, Father, come back to me. Come back to me.
You know, it's so funny with those of you that watch my reaction videos know that one of my favorite things about music is how we as human beings can emotionally attach ourselves to music, how it makes us feel, our perception of it, what we get from it, stuff like that. It's wild to me that even with a sound like this, and it happened when I was listening to The Valley, when I was reading along with the lyrics with that too, you can hear like pain, torment, love, anger, all those emotions from Phil with his lyrics, and just driving it home on this one too, man. And with his style of music, it's probably weird to see somebody getting emotional like this. Or it's not. I don't know. There still is this weird macho shit in the metal and rock community where, you know, guys want to be tough guys and not be emotional over the music, but that shit. I love when music makes me emotional and I can connect to it in a mental and emotional way. You guys know that I'm not great with lyrics. I'm not great with breaking down lyrics and their meanings and stuff like that. There's a ton of other reactors that are better than that. I'm more of a music and a gear guy, but I think I have an idea of the overall what this story is. I want to hear the end of the song before I talk about it. Because I can relate in a certain way if this is going where I think it is, but let's continue. Before this ending, we got some gear shots there. I wasn't expecting to see the band in this video. I broke down their gear in the Orphan video. I'm not going to do it now, but I will rip through everything really quick just because I like to point out what they're using, but we're not going to do a quick breakdown. So Ben, one of their guitar players out of the three, is an exclusive artist of PRS Guitars, Paul Reed Smith. The other guitar player, Alex, is an exclusive artist of ESP Guitars, and it looks like he's actually using his signature baritone model from ESP. Zach, their third guitar player, is an exclusive artist of Aristides, a Dutch guitar company, and playing one of their 070 models. And Alex, their drummer, who is now officially a member of the band. He's been their touring drummer for the past couple years, but he is an official band member now. He is an exclusive artist of Tama drums and Meinl cymbals. And then Gabe, their bass player, almost forgot, sorry, also an exclusive artist of PRS Guitars and one of the few artists that I've ever seen using their actual bass guitars. Now that that's done, let's finish this off. Oh, Ben, their guitarist, assistant director again. Man, first of all, what a video. Kudos to the production team on this video. That was visually unreal. Okay. Musically, it felt weird to hear a song like that for me and not headbang my face off because I normally would. But since I was going through the lyrics in this one, I'm going to take a guess here and say a lot of the references in that song were aimed towards his stepdad. And the sacrifice that he made was his stepdad. Now, again, that's Phil's story to tell. It's not mine, but I've never talked about something like this on camera. I relate. I share the same kind of sentiments about my stepfather that Phil does. Different situations, different stories. You know, but I have those feelings, so I can understand the place where he's coming from. Then again, I could be wrong, but that's stuff that I've seen in interviews and stuff that I've read. Man, was that just his writing on the couple songs I've heard from this album and the last album. Unbelievable, man. Let's go talk about it. One of the most wild things for me about watching that video is my perception of this band now, after hearing The Valley and 2 singles from their upcoming album and reading interviews and the backstories about how they're writing now and what Phil's doing with lyrics, in my eyes, this isn't just some deathcore band anymore. This isn't the same deathcore band that I was thinking of 2 days ago when I filmed the reaction to Orphan. I have a newfound respect for this band and a very big appreciation for it. I'm looking at them in a completely different way. Instead of being just another, brutally powerful deathcore band, they've evolved and grown a ton, man. These guys are turning into just masterful songwriters, and I cannot fucking wait for this album to come out. It may be my most anticipated album of the year now, and it happened so fast, man. Within 48 hours, I, rediscovered this band and just blown my fucking mind. But that's powerful, man. I don't really have much to dive into. I'm not going to get, philosophical or anything like that on this, but it's powerful, man. And whenever lyricists and vocalists have material like this, and we've seen it from other videos too, a recent one with Ginger, where Tatiana really had her emotions on full display. I have to commend vocalists like this, like Tatiana, like Phil, that are willing to put their heart on their sleeve and put all of their feelings and their emotion into their lyrics, because when done properly, your audience will hear that, like I just have, man. Like, again, that's my favorite thing about music, that we can all emotionally and mentally connect to this in our own ways. Not all of us are going to feel the exact same about it, but it's still going to pull at emotional strings, and that's what's great about music, and that's what I'm loving about this band right now. Just as a reminder, Kin does release on October 29th, 2021. I'm fucking stoked. If you're fucking stoked, I'll put a pre-order link in the description below where you can go pre-order, pre-save, all that stuff. Now I want to work on getting one of these guys on this channel for an interview, so hopefully I can pull that off too, man. But thank you guys very much for watching. If this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe. I release new reactions all the time. Subscribing is free, and it helps my channel out a ton. If you liked this reaction, I would greatly appreciate the like, as it also helps the channel. But if you disliked it, no big deal, man. Thank you very much for your time. You are free to click dislike if you didn't like it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. We have a Discord server that a lot of us hang on. I have a Twitch that I stream on from time to time. I play video games. I do guitar tech work. I do bass playthroughs. If any of that kind of stuff interests you guys, I will throw links in the description below. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.